Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Jamie Hosmer. A lot of people have been asking me lately about how I was accomplishing the audio quality in my live streaming performances that I've been doing from my home studio. And when I decided I was going to do some live streaming, I I wanted more of a studio quality sound. In other words, I wanted to plug everything into my audio interface, get a good mix, and that's the audio that I wanted. I didn't just want to hold my iPhone up and use the iPhone camera. I mean, the iPhone microphone. I actually am using the iPhone camera, but I'll get into that later. I didn't want to use just the phone microphone. So I began looking into how this would be possible, and I'm going to go through how I'm doing this. So, first off, you're going to need three pieces of software, two that go on your computer and one that goes on your iPhone if you're using an iPhone. The first piece of software is called OBS, and this is the actual software, broadcasting software. It's the encoder that's going to combine the video signal and the audio signal, and then it'll enable you to stream that out live to Facebook, to YouTube. You can also stream to Twitch or wherever else you would like to do it. So I will provide a link to where you can download OBS. It is free, which is fantastic. It's an open source piece of software that works on Windows, works on Mac. And so you download that and install it, which is pretty straightforward. I'm not going to get into how to do that. And you're also going to want to download a program called Loopback Audio. Again, the link is provided just beneath this video. And Loopback is actually what connected the audio from my audio interface into OBS, because I could not figure out a way how to do this. As crazy as that sounds, you plug everything into the audio interface, but OBS did not want to see that audio. So I'm going to show you how this works. Loopback, by the way, is not a free program. So you download, that's a computer program. It is not free. It is $99. However, you can download it for free and try it. And after you use it for a while, if you haven't paid for it, it'll put some white noise into your signal. But for me, it was the lifesaver, so I happily paid for it. Okay, here's how Loopback works. When you first open it, you're just going to have this one little virtual device up here. You won't see a second one. You just have this one. And what you want to do is you can rename this. You can rename it by clicking this little sign up here, little pencil. Type in whatever you want. You can leave it Loopback Audio if you want. That's fine. And then what you're going to do, come over here to Sources, click the plus sign, and then you want to select your specific audio interface, okay? A little side note, if you're looking through the OBS website, they recommend you download this I Show You audio capture, which I did. Didn't work for me. That's why I'm going to Loopback. So maybe that would work for you. This particular thing did not work for me at all. So again, under Sources, look for your particular audio interface. Mine is the Universal Audio Thunderbolt. So I selected that. Basically, this is what I ended up seeing. You see your inputs and your outputs for your specific device. Okay. Channel 1, as you can see over here in the console, is being shown right here. Channel 2 and 3 is the Rhodes, as you can see. And my keyboard is 5.6. And then I noticed, wait a minute, 27 and 28 have some signal. What's going on here? So I looked back at my settings in my Apollo console, and I realized, oh, those are my master outputs. Those are my main left and right. Oh, that's fantastic. So what you do with Loopback is you click on, an input or an output, and you virtually patch. I'm just clicking and dragging this. You virtually patch this cable, this somewhere. So what I did is I took channel 27, which is my left out, patched it to this output channel 1. And then I took 28 and I virtually patched it to channel 2. So I got left and right. And once I did that, you notice that channels 1 and 2 are reflecting anything that is input into my Apollo, whether it's my voice, whether it's this keyboard, whether it's my Rhodes, okay? And panning will be reflected as well. If I take this vocal and I pan it to the left, you're going to hear it to the left. If I pan it to the right, you're going to hear it to the right. So everything I do is reflected in Loopback. This is what was the answer from me. Couple of things here. You're going to see this pass-through window here. Just leave it off. I don't think you're going to need it. You can turn that off, turn it on. Make sure your scene is on. Okay? And under monitors, I have mine turned off. I didn't need anything. I didn't need anything there. So that's it. It's kind of a set it and forget it for me with Loopback. So I'm going to move that out of the way. Then let's move over to OBS. I'm going to bring this up. You see all these multiple screens here because I'm sharing my screen. So it's the infinity window now. So, okay. So my main setup is here live streaming. This live streaming 2, I just set up so I could do this particular video. It's a duplicate of my live streaming setup with the addition of a display capture. And that's how I'm capturing my display and recording this. Okay? But it's the same thing as live streaming. So, first of all, the audio. Okay, here's how it works. First of all, let's do this. Come over to Controls, click Settings. Under Audio and Devices, Desktop Audio leave disabled, Desktop Audio 2 disabled. Mic Auxiliary Audio, that's going to be your Loopback. Now, why does it say Streaming Setup for me? It says Streaming Setup because if you remember, my Loopback setup I named it Streaming Setup. Okay? So that's where you're going to choose Loopback. Now it looks like, hey, I could choose the Universal Audio Thunderbolt. Well, of course I tried that and it didn't work. So that's where you choose Loopback. Everything else is just, whatever, default or disabled. You could actually, this Mic Auxiliary Audio 2, you could disable too if you want. Everything else just leave the same way it was. Okay? Now, under sources, you're not going to have anything, right? You might have a mic aux by default. But what you do to add a source, you click this plus sign. And I'm going to add audio input capture. Now the audio is going to kind of start doubling right now and get a little weird because it's going to kind of double what we're doing, but it won't be like that forever. So audio input capture, create new, and that's where you're going to, at this point, I know the audio sounds weird because I'm adding the same device over itself. Again, this is where you select streaming setup. Select or Loopback. Whatever you've named the Loopback scene, that's where you're going to select. Okay, I'm going to cancel. And I'm going to get rid of this because I already have it. Okay, now the audio should be back to normal. So now, as you can tell, once I've configured this audio, anything I do now is reflected in this channel strip right here. Check, check, check. any audio I put through, anything that runs through this interface that I have ends up right here, and it's fantastic. And so that's the audio. It's as simple as that. Now, if you want to use your iPhone or iPad as a camera, click the plus sign and choose iOS camera. And then what you have to do is you've got to connect it via your lightning cable to USB. All right, lightning cable to USB, and then it'll come up. Let me see if I can demo that. Except, I forgot to mention, on your phone, if you want to use an iPhone or iPad, you have to have an app on your phone or your iPad called OBS Camera. OBS Camera. Download that. It's $15, and it works great. Okay, I just plugged in my iPhone, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to pull up OBS Camera, and I'm going to click on my settings for my iOS camera and reconnect. Let's see if it'll refresh. Sometimes it gets mad at you if you do it on the fly. Let's see. Of course, it doesn't want to work right now. I can tell you it works because I've been doing it. Oop. But that's how you do it. It's really that simple. And if you don't want to use your iPhone for your camera, that's fine. You can use a webcam. You can use GoPro. You can use whatever you want, as long as it will connect, to your computer. So I'm using the iPhone. You can use a webcam, iPad, iPhone. I'm not sure if it works for Android. You could try that. Not really sure. But it's as simple as that. Okay. That's how you connect video. Now you've got audio connected. The next thing you got to do is figure out your streaming. So let's go back to settings. Come over here to stream. And I'm selecting Facebook, right? You can also select YouTube or Twitch or any of these other settings. Twitter, Periscope, whatever it is, show all. And what you want to do is click this link button, okay? I've selected Facebook Live. So if you click the link button, it's going to bring you right to Facebook. So you want to log in. You want to log into your account and then create live stream. And it's going to come up like this. And decide how you want to share it, public or just friends or whatever. You could put a video title. These settings I have not messed with at all, so I have no idea. Here's what you need, though. You need this stream key. So you're going to copy that. Then you're going to come back to OBS, and you're going to click here, paste that, okay? Paste that right into OBS. Paste that stream key, okay? And then hit OK. And then once you do that, you hit OK, you hit the Start Streaming button when you're ready to go, come back to Facebook, and this is going to change to blue, and you're going to be able to click it. You're going to be able to go live. And then you're done. Now, the cool thing is, once you're live, you don't need Safari open. Once you're live, you're live. So you can close it. You can close this window. You can, quit Safari. You can leave it open if you want, but it does add some resources to your computer. So I would just recommend closing it. That's pretty much it, guys. That's what's working for me. I'm getting a good sound. The video looks good. And one more thing, you can record at the same time you're streaming. All you have to do, this button here If you're not recording, we'll say start recording. And you can actually choose where on your computer you want these files to go. I can show you where that is. Under, let's see, under, where is it? Under recording, output and recording. Okay, and that is under the advanced. Change the output mode to advanced. So recording, it tells you the recording path. You can click on that, put it wherever you want it to go. Recording format, you probably want MP4, audio track just one. I would use the X264 encoder. Do not rescale the output. Keep it on 1920 by 1080. And there you have it. Okay. Guys, that's pretty much it. Let me know if this works for you or doesn't work for you. For me, it's been working great. I hope you guys all have great success with this. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good one.